Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is the Backmarkers ReScreened LLC Regional Late Model Tour, and it's round 6. This time it's Richmond Raceway for the Moon Pie Run 100, brought to you by Sean Johnson. John Moon Pie Johnson. I am Jay Bast, of course, and joined up in the booth with me is Mr. Brady Powers. How you doing tonight, Brady?
Yeah, I'm chilling. Doing pretty. Can't complain about today. How about yourself?
Also chilling. Doing good. Ready for some short track action. Richmond is one of the bigger ones, and we're going to see a lot of flat out action tonight. I want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. That's ReScreened LLC and Team 53. Let's take a look at this practice session. Got a couple cars still out on track for these final 3.5 minutes of open practice. We're taking a look at the 52 machine of Johnny Rapp. That Mission Barbecue paint. Looking good tonight so far. We've got Tyler Barnett, Blake Hoppy, and Johnny Rapp taking the top 3 spots in this practice session. 22.62, 67, and a 70 for our top 3. Times are super close. Looks like just about 4/10 separate the top 16. Oh, it is going to be tight and fast tonight. I was having a bit of a conversation with the drivers earlier today, and they were telling me that there's not too much tire wear, so we are going to see a lot of brave moves and some flat out action tonight. These drivers are going to push these late models to the limits.
Yeah, you got your money on anybody tonight?
Well, we've got a couple of new faces in Robert Ream and Bob Belshaw down there in the 81 and the 44 car, but I gotta go with the safe bet. Tyler Barnett coming out strong with that pole position time in this practice session. I think we're gonna see the same in qualifying, and he's gonna have a good run in the race as well. So I'm gonna go with the safe choice and pick our championship leader, Tyler Barnett.
That's a safe bet there, but you know me, I gotta throw in a wrench in and everything. I think tonight go with the solid Blake Hoppy.
Blake is always a good choice. You know, we talk about him as the tire whisperer. You know, he's one of those guys that can save tires just a little bit better than most of his competitors, and that really pays off for him. So Blake Hoppy in that 23 machine is also going to be one to look out for.
Also a big name to look out for tonight, Dylan Johnson.
Dylan
Currently
Johnson in that 20
fifth
car.
in practice. I mean, that could be a solid run tonight.
Absolutely. We have seen, so just a reminder for our first-time viewers, we run a heat race format here. So after this practice session is up in about 40 seconds, we're going to head off to a 2-lap lone car qualifier, and that is going to set the grid. Top 6 are going to advance straight as they are to the feature race, and 7 on down are going to be put into a 20-lap heat race to set the rest of the grid. And what we've been seeing is whoever qualifies in P7 and starts on that heat race pole really gets a good run. And I'd say even the top 5 of the heat race get a ton of practice and a lot of side-by-side action. So they kind of figure out their strategies for the feature race. And a lot of times we've seen them take that experience and turn it into a really good result in the feature race. So hopefully we'll see some more of that from our competitors here as we head off into the qualifying session. We're going to have 10 minutes on the clock there. Let's see who wants to pull out of their pit box early and set their times. We've got the 44 car of Bob Belshaw out there warming up his tires, getting ready for his lone car run. Richmond is one of the longer tracks on the schedule this year. I think it's one of the longest short tracks, as oxymoronic as that sounds. There's Bob Belshaw out there, the 52 of Johnny Rapp, doing his qualifying laps as well. We've got the 523 car of Nick Serif, a Backmarkers League veteran, who we are so glad to have back with us and racing again. Some real life got in the way for a little bit there. Oh, and a big slide out of turn 2. Gotta knock some dust off, I imagine. But I think once Nick Serif gets back in his groove, we'll see him elbows out coming through the field. Blake Hoppy out there setting his time as well. Looks like a few drivers have their times on the board. The 05 of Michael Boyle setting provisional pole with a 2270, followed by Ryan Rose. Blake Hoppy going to take that second spot with a 2271, just behind. Johnny Rapp also not able to beat Michael Boyle's 2270. He's just going to match it, actually. Very close to
Oh, and Tyler Barnett, 22693.
There's my guy. Tyler Barnett knows how to set a fast lap time.
Yeah, he does.
Looks like all of the drivers have completed their laps at the moment. 2269 for Tyler Barnett. Nice. A 2270 for Michael Boyles and Johnny Rapp. Super close. Blake Hoppy right there with that 2271, only a 100th behind the podium spots. Ryan Rose a little ways back with the 2277, rounding out the top 5 in that 78 machine. Looks like Dade Grajewski is gonna grab a couple more spots and head into that 15th spot with a 2305. Again, super close times. All of the gaps are in hundredths of each other. Looks like row 4 is Johnson row. The 20 car of Dylan Johnson and the 32 of Sean Johnson, and P7 and 8.
Did we ever get clarification if they're brothers or not?
I believe they are not related. A couple of Johnsons, but also got the Boyles brothers and the Brobst cousins, I believe, as regulars in the Backmarkers League here. Looks like Robert Brobst is the last one out on track in that beautiful 5 machine. That beige and gray scheme, always one of my favorites. With Lady Luck there on the hood. Looking good.
Looks like he had some internet troubles starting off the session.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, looks like he got back just in time to be able to set a couple of quick laps in qualifying here. Let's see where that can put him. While we watch Robert Brobst set his qualifying times, let's give a quick thank you to ReScreened LLC as the title sponsor of our league. ReScreened LLC provides pool enclosures and lanais in the Southwest Florida area. Big thanks to David White and ReScreened for supporting us as the title sponsor of the Backmarkers ReScreened LLC Regional Late Model Tour. It looks like Robert Brobst is going to slot that 5 machine into 9th place. Pull back into the pit lane. solid top 10 position for that 5 machine. Couple more minutes here until we see cars back out on track. Oh, and it looks like we are just about to grid for the heat race. Dylan Johnson and Sean Johnson lining up on that first row for heat race 16 laps. Shootout here on this longer short track of Richmond. Got Dylan Johnson, Sean Johnson, Robert Brobst in P3, Todd Schott, Jacob Sadowski, Abraham Kalufa, Dade Grajewski, Jackson Samsel, Robert Ream, Nick Seraph rounding out the top 10, followed by Clifton Simmons, Andrew Cowell, and Bob Belshaw in that 44 machine. Just another minute until the pace car peels off, and these cars are gonna get going. Robert Brobst has proven himself to be a bit of a heat race ringer, so to speak. He's been doing pretty well in these heat races. And like I said earlier, you know, these drivers just get that little bit extra practice, you know. A couple more restarts as yellows are fairly likely in these short heat runs. But that little bit extra experience really helps these drivers sort out their side-by-side situations and help them learn how to go a little bit faster. So we will see what goes down here as the lights on the pace car are out. No, looks like we are going to go around one more time. Pace car driver was a bit premature turning off his light bar there. Inside of row 2 is Mr. Robert Brobst. I think my money is on him for this heat race win. How about you, Brady?
You know, for this heat race, big name I was looking at tonight is Todd Schott.
Todd Schott, a solid call. He did really well last week at USA. I think on that outside line for the start might work for him.
Let's see here as the pace car pulls down.
Green flag, green flag.
There he goes, and the green flag comes out. Johnson and Johnson doing not the greatest start from either of them, actually, as Robert Brobst almost tries to stick his nose in and take it 3 wide on turn 1, but thinks better of it. Everybody's gonna settle down side by side. The 20 car, Dylan Johnson, gets a great jump into turn 3 and just clears Sean Johnson. Now Robert Brobst is going to take the 32 car on the inside as well, going into turn 1 once again. Robert Brobst and Sean Johnson still side by side. Todd Schott's in the picture now, just on the inside of Sean Johnson. That 20 car is doing a great job just to pull away from the field, but here comes Robert Brobst applying some pressure. Not much of a braking zone going into turn 1 on Richmond, so we're not seeing the same kind of diving kind of moves that we saw last week at USA. But see the momentum come into play in the exit of turn 4. The top 4 are just going to settle down into a single file line here. Sean Johnson setting the fastest lap with a 22.81. Go ahead and switch the timing tower back to gaps, so we can see the top 4 are separated by just 0.7 of a second. They are nose to tail. Let's take a look at 5th place car, Jacob Sadowski, in that blue Miller Lite 420 machine. Looking good. Take a ride along with Nick Seraph in the 523 machine. He's up 2 positions from his start up into P8. Just like I said, once Nick Seraph gets in a groove, he's a force to be reckoned with. I love watching this guy handle a car around a short track. Awesome stuff. Abraham Kalufa just behind him in that beautiful 84 machine as well. Let's take another look at the lead. Looks like Dylan Johnson fell back a couple of positions. Oh, and the yellow flag comes out. Looks like Robert Ream was involved. Let's see if we can pull up a few replays in this quick caution here. Let's see if we can take a look at Dylan Johnson. And here he is, just getting a little bit loose out of turn 2. Or excuse me, turn 4. And that is going to compromise him all the way down the straight. He loses all 3 positions. Todd Schott is just going to go around the outside of him. Let's see if we can take a look at what caused the yellow flag to come out. We're looking at Robert Ream in the 81 machine. He's just going to go a little bit wide in turn 2. Oh, and a little bit loose off, and he's just going to catch the fender of Clifton Simmons in that 38 car and send him all the way around. Hopefully he can get that machine going again. It looks like he took a pretty hard hit to the wall. But here we are with 8 to go. Caution flag is out. Pace car is on the back stretch. And who is that in the lead of this race? None other than the 5 car of Robert Bropes. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Our heat race ringer, doing his job beautifully. Good stuff. Sean Johnson holding on to a solid P2 in that 32 machine, and Todd Schott up 1 position into P3. Dylan Johnson unfortunately bared the brunt of that with his mistake, but a solid recovery to stay P4 ahead of the 420 car of Jacob Sadowski as well. Jackson Samsel up 2 positions in that 57 Backmarkers machine, looking good, representing the league. I love to see it. He is in P6, doing great. Dade Grajewski in that 6 machine, hanging on to P7. That's where he started, and that's where he is hanging on to. Nick Serif up 2 positions into 8th spot. Abraham Kalufa right behind him in P9. It's going to be Clifton Simmons rounding out the top 10, and Bob Belshaw in 11th place. Andrew Cowell right behind him in 12th, and looks like Robert Ream in the pit lane from that damage he took. Unfortunate to see, and it looks like the lights on the pace car are out. We are on turn 1 and 2. Half a lap to go before the green flag comes out. Todd Schott really sticking onto the back of that 5 car, getting real close and personal. And it looks like the pace car is peeling off into the pit lane, and the 5 car of Robert Bropes gets an awesome jump on green flag, and Sean Johnson is going to fall back into the clutches of the 20 car of Dylan Johnson, and Dylan Johnson's going to send it up in the inside, and unfortunately that is going to turn Todd Schott all the way around. No caution yet. He is facing the wrong way. Oh, and there comes the yellow. Oh, that was an interesting, opportunistic move from the 20 car of Dylan Johnson, in my opinion let's take a look at a replay here. Let's see if we can get a better camera. Perhaps let's see if I can pull up one of these chase cameras here, and let's take a look at the 20 car of Dylan Johnson. Oh, and that was a little bit too early. Let's roll it back a little bit. And here we see on the restart, Sean Johnson's just going to get put on the back foot and open himself up to Dylan in the 20 car. Dylan's going to stick it onto the inside of Sean Johnson, but also tries to stick it onto the inside of Todd Schott as well. Oh, and it looks like a little bit of a graze on Jackson Samsel there in the 57 machine as he squeezes by. That was quite a dive from Dylan Johnson. I think they're going to remember that one on the track. Robert Brobst still out there on the lead, hung on to it in that restart, and Sean Johnson hung on to that second place, but Jackson Samsel was the lucky recipient there. He was able to breeze on by without catching anyone, and he's going to restart in P3, second row inside. Nick Seraph also there in that 523 machine. It looks like the 81 car is a lap down. He's going to get a wave around the pace car this time by. Send him right to the back of the field. Robert Brobst, Sean Johnson, Jackson Samsel, and Nick Seraph in the top 4. Amazing stuff. I love these heat races. Only 3 to go. So we're going to see some action here. Jackson Samsel feigning a pit entry, perhaps. Oh no, he's going for it. He's going for the pit entry. Hope he isn't having some issues there, so he's going to forfeit that P3 starting position. But Nick Seraph is going to inherit it. He is starting on the outside there. Jacob Sadowski in that blue and white Miller Lite 420 car. He's going to take that inside line. Shout out to y'all in the YouTube chat. Blake and Dustin. How's it going, y'all? Tyler DeTalent as well. Hope you're enjoying this short track action on this Monday night. Moon Pie Run 100. Here we go. Well, looks like one more to green here. One more caution lap. And once again, with 2 to go on the line, it's going to be Robert Brobst, Sean Johnson, Jacob Sadowski, Nick Seraph, Dade Grajewski in your top 5. Pace car is going to peel off into the pit lane just about now. Green flag is just about to come out.
Green, green, green.
The 5 car is going to get an awesome jump. And that's going to put Sean Johnson and Nick Seraph side by side. 523 machine on the inside, and he's going to take the position. P2 to Nick Seraph. Awesome job. Dade Grajewski just trying to file in on the outside there. Robert Brobst is coming around, and that is the white flag. Final lap on the Heat Race 1. The Moon Pie 100 here at Richmond Raceway. Robert Brobst, Nick Seraph. Nick Seraph is up 8 positions, but Sean Johnson is going to have a look into turn 4. It's not going to be enough. Robert Brobst takes the checkered flag, wins heat race, followed by Nick Seraph and Sean Johnson. Dade Grajewski coming home P4. Jacob Sadowski coming home right behind him. Take a look at some heat race results. That was Robert Brobst, Nick Seraph, Sean Johnson, Dade Grajewski, Jacob Sadowski, Bob Belshaw in P6, Abraham Kalufa P7, Todd Schott, Andrew Cowell, Dylan Johnson all the way in P10 after fighting for the lead. And Jackson Samsel also taking the brunt of it after almost restarting P3 there. Clifton Simmons and Robert Ream are going to round out P12 and 13. Back for a short warm-up run. Let's have a quick chat with our heat race winner, Robert Brobst. It's Jay and Brady up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, man.
Congratulations on your heat race win. I was calling you the heat race ringer up here the whole time. You did a great job on those restarts. Walk us through. What was your strat?
Sean's just not great at restarts, honestly.
That's
Otherwise, I like to make some noise that throws people off when I'm in the control spot. I'll dump the clutch and rev the engine, and then I'll just drop the clutch and take off, and no one really knows when I'm going.
Play some mind games. I like it.
Yeah. So that's the only real trick I've got.
Well, I tell you what, it really paid off, and you got that W in the heat race. Nice job. What's your strat looking forward now, starting P7 in the feature?
Just try not to get caught up in a wreck and preserve some tire and hopefully be there towards the end. That's really been the strat for the whole season. It's don't die.
Don't die, save tires, go fast, turn left. That's the short track way, right?
That's pretty much it, yeah.
All right, bud. Well, Brady, you got anything else?
No, I just hope to see you gain a few spots in this main event.
I'd be happy because this is one of the places I had circled as potential dumpster fire.
Nice.
For myself, you know. It's a track I didn't think I would be decent at, but I'm doing okay today.
Oh, yeah, you're on a hot streak at the moment, so let's, here's hoping you can keep it up. Good luck in the race, bud. I will throw you back in the general chat, and thanks for chatting with us. All right, just about 10 seconds left in the warm-up session. Tyler Barnett running that high line, trying to juke some folks out. Picking up his teammate, the 23 car of Blake Hoppy as well. Running around the line for the checkered flag of the warm-up session. Any moment now, we will head onto the grid for our 100-lap feature race. It's the Moon Pie 100 at Richmond Raceway. This is the Backmarkers ReScreened LLC Regional Late Model Tour. And we want to thank all our sponsors, including Team 53, ReScreened LLC, and Sean Moonpie Johnson, for keeping the show running and supporting this league. Shout out to Lloyd Stoner and Dylan Johnson also in the chat. Good luck to you as well. And go Sam. Good luck to all our boys out there. Tyler Barnett and Michael Boyles starting on the front row, followed by Johnny Rapp and Blake Hoppy. Ryan Rose out there as well. Sam Stoner on that outside line. Looks like he's in the third row. Let the field get a little bit more settled. Robert Brobst heading up the inside line fourth row as your heat race winner, and Nick Seraph on that outside line. Sean Johnson and Dade Grajewski on the next row there. Jacob Sadowski and Abraham Kalufa. P11 and 12. That's Bob Belshaw, Andrew Cowell, Todd Schott, Robert Ream, Dylan Johnson, and Clifton Simmons out there as well. Andrew Cowell in that 43 machine, OnlyFans car, looking good. It looks like Clifton Simmons is going to round out our lead pack. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The pace car is going to peel off into the pit lane. We are going to have some racing.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out. 13 and 05 both get great starts. Michael Boyles just edging up on that outside line, but it's not going to be enough. on the inside, and Tyler clears him, but Johnny Rapp also gets pretty close to Michael Boyles as well. And that 52 machine doing a great job on that inside line. Looks like they are just about even coming out of turn 4. The 52 is going to try to make that inside line work. 78 car of Ryan Rose also having a look, trying to pick the faster lane. Johnny Rapp is going to clear Michael Boyles, and they're all going to settle into a single file line. Blake Hoppy in the top 5 there, just peeking out of line to give a quick block to Robert Brobst. Little connection blink there from Blake Hoppy. Hopefully that doesn't interfere too much. Sam Stoner in that 65 BMW late model. Down 1 spot into P7. Nick Seraph. Oh, looks like he's side by side with the 420 of Jacob Sadowski. They're going to hold it together through turn 4 and make it out the other side. A little scrape of the wall in the tri-oval there on the front stretch, but no harm, no foul. Looks like he's going to keep it rolling. No issue, just going to lose that position to Jacob Sadowski and live to fight another day. A little bit wide in turn 1 and 2 as well. Excuse me, that was 3 and 4. Let's take a quick look at our leader here, Tyler Barnett, in that 13 machine. A healthy half a second gap to the 52 machine of Johnny Rapp. Michael Boyles running a solid P3, doing an awesome job in that 05 machine. Ryan Rose in that 78 right behind in P4, and Blake Hoppy, Tyler's teammate, running in P5. But Robert Brobst is putting a lot of pressure on that 23 car, and Sam Stoner in turn putting a lot of pressure on Robert Brobst, and that's keeping Sean Johnson in that 32 machine in the picture as well. It looks like Blake was able... Oh, also spoke too soon there. Everybody's still in touch. The 65 and the 32 get a little bit out of shape. Bit of a wiggle for the 65 out of turn 2, and that's going to give Sean Johnson that position. Sean Johnson into P7. Sam Stoner, though, still on the outside, hanging onto it, just avoiding that wall. Let's ride on board with the 420 car of Jacob Sadowski right behind these two. Looks like Sam Stoner is still on the rear quarter panel of Sean Johnson. He's not giving it up. They are still side by side. Sean is just not able to clear him on that inside line. Looks like 10 laps into this Moon Pie Run 100, and we're seeing some tire wear play into it. The outside line is working better and better as those tires get worn in. Sam Stoner doing everything he can to just show his nose and apply some pressure to Sean Johnson there. Check in with our leader, Tyler Barnett. He's got a solid 1 second lead over Johnny Rapp in that P2 machine, or P2 spot. Another second to Michael Boyles, and it looks like Ryan Rose is going to dive into that 3rd spot, sending it into turn 3 and 4, and doing a great job of making it stick. Ryan Rose into P3. Nice job. That was a super decisive move. Oh, and it looks like Robert Ream was involved in a quick crash there. Looks like he got it rolling again. Tyler Barnett out there doing fine with a 1.4 second gap. Johnny Rapp and Ryan Rose in 2 and 3. Michael Boyles hanging on to that 4th spot, looking to regroup a little, cool down his tires, and then have a look at Ryan Rose once again and try to get that P3 spot back. Andrew Cowell is going to dive into the pit lane. I assume he's got some damage of some sort. Don't think we should be seeing tire changes or fuel stops this early in the race. Blake Hoppy hanging on to that 5th spot. Doing a great job. Oh, a little bit of a blink there. I hope the other drivers aren't seeing that and getting a little bit flustered out there. Robert Ropes pushing hard, trying to stick his nose in on turn 1 and 2, but it's not enough. I imagine it's pretty difficult to race people who are blinking, but Blake Hoppy's doing a great job. He's still pretty quick, and he is right on the bumper of the 0-5 of Michael Boyles. Michael Boyles dropping back a couple spots as well. They're both going to get around the lapped car, that 81 machine of Robert Ream. Everybody's going to keep it nice and respectful and give plenty of room. Dylan Johnson powering back up the field. And that 20 machine is currently in the top 10, up 6 spots from his starting position after getting involved in that incident in the heat race. An opportunistic dive into turn 1 on that restart. Really put him on the back foot, and it looks like, Ryan Rose gonna graze the wall a little bit on the front stretch, but again, no harm, no foul. He's going to be able to keep it rolling and not lose too much speed. Meanwhile, out front, Tyler Barnett has a solid 2-second lead. Let's take a look at some lap times here. Johnny Rapp just starting to inch away at his lap times now, but looks like Tyler starting to get into that cruise mode. Save those tires for the remaining 80 laps of the Moon Pie Run 100. So we cross the line to start lap 21. This is definitely one of the more interesting short tracks in that it's basically just a bowl. There's not a lot of braking, so super short deceleration zones in the 2 corners. But what that means is it turns into a momentum track. So it's just about who can preserve their tires and get the least amount of slip in those front and rear tires. Just keep their speed up around the whole lap. Ryan Rose doing his best to close down on Johnny Rapp. Just about 6/10 in between them. Blake Hoppy holding on to that 4th spot. Looks like he got by the 0-5 of Michael Boyles. Bit of a gaggle at the moment. Looks like someone further back might have scraped the wall on the front stretch as well. And it looks like Robert Brobst is going to try to defend from Sam Stoner, but Sam Stoner is not going to have any of it. He's going to make sure he has that inside line. Robert Brobst just doing a better job of going faster and hanging on to the position that way. Sam Stoner's trying to dive up and down the track, trying to find some clean air, but Robert Brobst says, nope, I'm just going to go a little faster. And there he goes once again. He's going to dive on into the inside of Michael Boyles in that 0-5 machine, and he's just going to say, I am faster. He's going to dive on into turn 1 and 2 as well. Michael Boyles just getting caught out on that outside line. That second groove is not preferable, looks to me. And Sam Stoner is going to say, I will have some of that as well. He's going to go right on by that 0-5. Michael Boyle's having some issues. Once you lose one position, it looks like you gotta get shuffled down the pack and get freight trained a little bit. He started a solid P2. Now he's down to P7. After just getting shuffled out of that inside line a couple too many times. Quick shout out and a huge thank you to Sean Moonpie Johnson for sponsoring this race, the Moonpie Run 100. Big thanks to all the folks that keep this league running, keep the lights on here. Always appreciate it, and we are happy to put on a good show for y'all. Jacob Sadowski running in that 9th spot. Not 420 Miller Lite machine. Dylan Johnson hanging in there. A solid P10. Up 6 spots. Looks like once everybody settles into their grooves, it's mostly processional from there. Not seeing too many... Oh! As I say it, Dade Grajewski, Nick Seraph, and Abe Kalufa getting tangled together, and it looks like the green flag is going to stay out. They're all below the apron, but Dade's just going to back up that little bit too much. Oh no, they're going to get away with it. Abe Kalufa rolling back on track, and now the yellow comes out. Dade Grajewski and Nick Seraph all around there. Not sure what could have caused that. Let's take a quick look at a replay. It looks like Nick Seraph and Dade Grajewski are already having some contact. Let's focus our attention on Abe Kalufa here and back it up just a touch. Oh, and it looks like Dade on the outside tries to send it into turn 1 and 2, and that is going to collect the 523 of Nick Seraph as well, as Abe Kalufa just had nowhere to go. Let's take another look at this from Dade Grajewski's cockpit. Let's run back here. We are riding on board the outside car of Dade Grajewski. Let's go into slow motion here. Looks like we turn into turn 1 here. Oh, we are looking at the wrong car. Apologies for that. Let's go back to live pictures here. Well, looks like he just was a little bit too enthusiastic on that outside entry of turn 1. And may have clipped the 523 car as well. Little bit of damage on the front of that Bass Pro Shops 523 Camry. He's gonna head on down into the pit lane and get that fixed up. Johnny Rapp is gonna inherit the lead of this race. It looks like Tyler Barnett has taken his pit stop. 4 tires on lap 32. Blake Hoppy as well, our other Evil Empire Sim Sports driver, also opting for the lap 32 pit stop. 4 tires for these gentlemen. Looks like Andrew Cowell has taken a pit stop as well in that 18th spot, but that might have been for damage, actually. Interesting to see this strategy. We are definitely losing a lot of track position. As I say that, the 0-0 of Todd Schott, Clifton Simmons, and Bob Belshaw in that 44 Team 53 machine are all going to dive into the pit lane. Nick Seraph able to take his fast repair and get that Bass Pro Shops machine looking spiffy. Exit that pit lane. So it looks like Johnny Rapp is going to inherit the lead of this race on lap 35. Ryan Rose and Robert Bropes in P2 and 3 respectively. Sam Stoner P4, Michael Boyles rounding out the top 5. Sean Johnson, Jacob Sadowski, Dylan Johnson, Tyler Barnett, and Blake Hoppy are your 2 pitters. They are in the 9th and 10th spots. Abe Kalufa, involved in that last incident, got collected there. He's going to start 11th this time around, and Bob Belshaw is going to catch up to the field with Todd Schott and Clifton Simmons. They just got out of the pit lane as well. Dade Grajewski looks like he was able to take his fast repair. No, correct, or excuse me there. It looks like he did not pit. Nor did Robert Ream Jr. in that 81 machine. Interesting to see. So now we should see Tyler Barnett in that 9th spot plow up through the field. Let's see what happens on this restart as the pace car peels into the pit lane. Green flag comes out, and Johnny Rapp is going to get a great start and clear both lines. That 78 car of Ryan Rose is going to challenge around the outside, but Robert Brobst hanging on, doing a great job on that inside line. Michael Boyles also on the inside trying to clear Sam Stoner, but it looks like Sam Stoner is going to dive it pretty deep into 3 and 4. Robert Brobst is going to clear Ryan Rose. That 78 car is going to file in, but he's going to show his nose on turn 1 and 2, but it's just not quite close enough. Now the top 3 are going to settle in single file. Michael Boyles is on the inside in that 4th spot. He's going to clear Sam Stoner, but that's going to invite Jacob Sadowski to take that position from Sam Stoner as well. Jacob Sadowski on that tight inside line. Sam Stoner doing a great job staying aware that he had that tight line, giving him just that little bit extra room to blend up there, to avoid that collision. And unfortunately, Jacob Sadowski is going to get shuffled back a spot or 2 because of that. And now he's on the outside of Sean Johnson in that 32 machine. Tyler Barnett looking in between these 2 runners, the 32 and the 420, looking for some space, trying not to force the issue too badly, because he is on those fresh tires and doesn't want to burn them up in the first few laps. Sean Johnson seems to be aware of this, and he is moving pretty high on the straightaways. Seems to be inviting Tyler Barnett to send it into the inside, but Sean Johnson doing a great job. He is hanging on there. Oh, and it looks like Blake Hoppy snuck by 420 as well. Dylan Johnson back there filing into line. Take a look. Oh, as Ryan Rhodes gets super loose on the exit of 2, that's going to make him super vulnerable to Michael Boyles there in that 0-5. Ryan Rose looks like he lit up those tires, and now they don't really seem to be coming back. A bit early, lap 43, to have some tire issues, but again, they've got another set in the pit lane. Do you want to give up that track position to get some fresh boots on the car? Sam Stoner putting a ton of pressure on Michael Boyles as well. Gotta love the orange and white BMW late model. Ain't seen nothing like that. Good stuff. Tyler Barnett. Oh, looks like he got a little bit loose on the exit of turn 2, and Sean Johnson is gonna stick his nose in there. But Tyler got it going again, got back in the groove, and is able to pull a gap once again. Tyler is going to be charging through this field, and Blake Hoppy right behind him is going to look to take that spot away from Sean Johnson as well. Remember, Blake Hoppy has pitted on lap 32, so he's got some fresh tires. He's looking to make up some track position. I think it's very likely. Oh, as we just see the 23 car getting super close to that rear fender, just threatening, flirting with it. Rear fender to front fender. Just staying inch perfect though, and doing a great job of avoiding any incident. Dylan Johnson also being super patient, waiting for his turn. He sees something's going to happen. Oh, just as I say that, the 20 car gets a little bit loose and opens up the door to Jacob Sadowski. Jacob Sadowski is going to send it on the inside, but the 20 car just has enough momentum to hold on to it. And here goes Michael Boyles around the inside. Ryan Rose trying to hang on to it, but here comes Sam Stoner as well. Michael Boyles going to clear the 78, and the 78 and the 13 are touch. 65 around the outside. Tyler Barnett in that 13 machine wants none of this. He's trying to sneak up the inside and get through as little drama as possible, but the 78 is not going to let him have this position. This is all going to open up the door for Sam Stoner in that 65 car. Tyler Barnett's through. 78 car super loose out of 4, trying to hang on to it. Looks like he's going to settle in. Blake Hoppy on Sam Stoner as well. Blake Hoppy's going to try to do the same move Tyler just did and get through this field. But all these overtakes cause huge stack ups in the field, and we see it's never just one row side by side. It always forms into 2 rows side by side. Whenever anybody starts to fight, the whole pack catches up. And now it's the battle of the Johnsons once again. The 20 car and the 32, Dylan Johnson and Sean Johnson. Dylan's got the inside. He's going to clear Sean into turn 4. 32 a little bit loose on the exit. Everybody's going to make it. Let's take a look at the leaders once again. It looks like Robert Brobst got by Johnny Rapp. Tyler Barnett into 3rd spot as well, putting pressure on both of these drivers. Already almost 9/10 of a second gap on Michael Boyles. Tyler Barnett is a man on a mission, charging through this field, as well as Blake Hoppy. He's going to stick his nose onto the inside of the 78 car of Ryan Rose, try to catch up to his teammate, be able to support him and act as a rear gunner there. Sam Stoner also putting up a fight back there, but here comes Tyler. Tyler's just showing his nose, biding his time, waiting for Johnny Rapp to make a little bit of a mistake. He sees some damage on the back of that 52 machine and expects an opening here. Tyler's doing a great job of just showing his nose. Oh, and a big send into turn 1. Looks like Johnny Rapp facilitated that just a little bit. Might have seen it coming on those old tires. Johnny Rapp on 55 lap old tires, and Tyler Barnett only on 22 lap old tires. So a bit of an advantage there. And now Robert Brobst is up next to get swallowed up by the 13 car. Take a look on board here. On the inside, just sends it on Robert Brobst. Side by side here, let's take a look at Johnny Rapp. Johnny Rapp's got the best seat in the house for this side-by-side battle for the lead. Tyler Barnett is just gonna clear Robert going into turn 1, and looks like the stamp has been licked and sent and received. Tyler Barnett into the lead of the Moon Pie Run 100 on lap 58. And now it is Blake Hoppy's turn to get up there. He's setting up a pass on Michael Boyles in the 05 car. Just about 0.2 of a second in between them. Blake looking for some clean air on the outside line. Michael is just looking to defend his inside. Make sure that preferred line stays open. Robert Brobst hanging on to that 2nd spot, a healthy gap to the 52 car of Johnny Rapp as well. 05, Michael Boyles is under pressure, and He is looking to make a move on Johnny Rapp before Blake can do it on him. The best defense is a good offense, and just as I say that, Blake Hoppy is going to send it into turn 3 and 4, but it's not quite enough. Not close enough just yet. A couple more laps. Sam Stoner going for that deep dive into turn 1. He has been super aggressive on the entry of turn 1 all night long, and Michael Boyles is going to pull out and make a pass on Johnny Rapp. Johnny Rapp gets pushed up into that second groove. That is going to compromise him, just like Michael Boyles was a few laps prior. Love to see these drivers paying attention. They're all doing the same moves on each other. 23 car trying to do the same thing to Michael Boyles, take away that inside line. Great to see. Love this action. Johnny Rapp falling all the way to 5th spot at the moment, and Sam Stoner hanging back in 6th, just trying to pick up the pieces and see who gets caught out of line. Robert Bropst is now falling into the clutches of Blake Hoppy, and Blake is pulling the rest of the gaggle with him. Robert Bropst saw this one coming. He knows Blake has those fresh tires. Blake is gonna defend a little bit. Robert Bropst gets a little bit loose on out of turn 2. And it looks like Blake just about has that done and dusted. A little bit of a lift for Robert Bropst on the exit of 4 just to avoid the wall. And that's going to open up the door for Michael Boyles in the 0-5. And he goes straight on through in turn 1 and 2. And here comes the 65 of Sam Stoner as well on Johnny Rapp, sending it into turn 3. Wham bam, thank you ma'am, I will have that. Into the top 5 goes Sam Stoner. Robert Bropst hanging on to that 4th spot. Michael Boyles back onto his podium, P3. And the Evil Empire boys are 1 and 2. Tyler Barnett and Blake Hoppy 1.6 seconds behind. Oh, another little bit of a blink as well. Sam Stoner, it's coming through on Robert Bropst. He takes that spot going into 1 and 2. Awesome job. Looks like all of the passes are done well into the corner, so you need a huge overspeed. You see these moves forming up 2, maybe 3 laps earlier even. Like I said, it's a momentum-based track, not a lot of braking here at Richmond. So you've got to set up these moves very early. And here's Jacob Sadowski doing just that. On the outside of turn 1 and 2, turns into the inside of 3 and 4. And that puts him on the inside of the front straight, and he's going to send it in super narrow into turn 1 and 2. Just take away that inside groove for the 32 car. Hold on to that middle groove. That's oh, and they touch. 32 gets pushed up into the wall. 420 manages to hang on to it, and that invites Dylan Johnson in the 20 car to go right by these two. Unfortunate contact there. Todd Schott also in that 00 machine, hanging on to that 10th spot. He's looking to pick up the pieces of this contact. Johnny Rapp is also falling back a little bit. Little brush of the wall out of turn 3 and 4. Check in with our leaders here. Tyler Barnett is 2 seconds clear of Blake Hoppy. He's just about half a second clear of Michael Boyles in that 3rd spot. Sam Stoner doing a great job hanging on to P4. Oh, and just as I say that, looks like he's going to stick his nose on the inside coming out of turn 2 and send it real deep into turn 3 and 4. That's where that slide job comes in. Holds his momentum on the outside line. Once again, he is going to take that third spot. Awesome showing from Sam Stoner. Looks like tire wear is not an issue for the 65 machine. Looking good. Blake Hoppy running a quiet race now after a few laps of scrapping. Looks like he's pulling a strong gap on Sam Stoner in that third spot. And Michael Boyles trying to hang on. Johnny Rapp has fallen off quite a bit. Looks like he's got a little bit of damage on that rear, and I imagine some tire wear as well. A couple of slides and a couple of taps here and there. Caused some issues. There's the 420 car of Jacob Sadowski on the inside of Robert Brobst. He's going to send it on turn 3 and 4. Looks like that's your passing opportunity here in this late stage of the race. 25 to go just as we cross the line. 420 car of Jacob Sadowski into P6. Robert Brobst falls to P7, and it looks like he's opening the door for Dylan Johnson in that 20 car as well. Robert Brobst looks like he burned up those tires real early on. Unfortunate to see, but there goes the 20 car as well. And yeah, it looks like the 5 car is having a lot of issues. Really struggling to stay straight and keep those tires in check. Let's take a look at the 00 of Todd Schott as well. He is next in line to eat up that 5 car on his ailing tires. Looks like the tire strategy might have worked for a few more cars. Only the Evil Empire boys, Tyler Barnett and Blake Hoppy, went for the pit stop at the caution that we had on lap 32. Looks like Todd Schott, Clifton Simmons, and Bob Belshaw took tires on lap 34. So Todd Schott, I think he was a lap down at one point. It looks like he came back from quite a bit to recover to that P6 spot. And looks like he's going to take Dylan Johnson as well. Oh, Dylan Johnson into the wall. A little bit too enthusiastic on the exit of turn 4. Let's take a look at our leaders once again. Tyler Barnett with a 3-second lead on Blake Hoppy, his teammate. Running a solid race. No real issues. Got a little hairy there coming through the field on the restart, but all in all, an awesome job. Johnny Rapp hanging on to P4. Jacob Sadowski is pushing his way on through, though. He's gonna be looking in his mirrors, that 52 car. Jacob Sadowski up 6 positions from his start. Todd Schott up 8, and Dylan Johnson up 9 in that 7th spot. Sean Johnson also running in that 8th spot. And again, huge thanks to Sean Johnson as the title sponsor of the Moon Pie Run 100. Big thank you to him. And a big thank you to Team 53. If you are looking to improve your understanding of cars and tracks on iRacing, look no further than Team 53. Team 53 has a driver development program to help you get faster on iRacing. Team 53 also offers setups for the late model stock, super late model, and silver crown. Check out facebook.com/Team53WI for more information on how to sign up. Big thanks to Justin Laxton and Team 53. And of course, ReScreened LLC and David White being the title sponsor of our league. This is the Backmarkers ReScreened LLC Regional Late Model Tour. You are watching the Moon Pie Run 100 at Richmond Raceway. We have got 16 laps to go. Your race leader, Tyler Barnett, sitting pretty in that 13 machine, 3 and some seconds out in the lead. Clear track ahead of him. Blake Hoppy also has clear track behind him for quite a ways. Michael Boyles, a little ways back there in that third spot. Looks like our tire strategies have completely played out here. Maybe we'll see a late race caution, and some people will risk a tire strategy. Maybe someone like Robert Brooks. Oh, where has Robert Brooks gone? He is... Oh, it looks like he has taken a pit stop. He has taken some tires. Looks like he has nothing to lose now after losing a few positions in a row, falling backwards there. We will keep an eye on Mr. Robert Brooks in that 15th spot. He has fallen 2 laps down with that pit stop. As the 13 car of Tyler Barnett, your leader, comes around to lap the 6 car of Dave Grajewski. That's going to put him 2 laps down as well. Looks like Sam Stoner also came in for a green flag pit stop. Looks like a couple of these cars are banking on a late race caution to help out their tire strategy. Dylan Johnson coming in for the green flag pit stop on lap, or excuse me, with 12 to go here. Interesting to see. Looks like the Evil Empire boys really called it right with that early pit. And Tyler Barnett and Blake Hoppy are 2 drivers that are renowned in the Backmarkers League as just being those tire conservationists. They're so gentle on their tires and able to eke out so much time for so long. As we see Dave Grajewski also pitting in, and that 6 car coming in for some tires. Ryan J. Rose has stayed out, hanging on to that 5th spot. Bob Belshaw up into P9. He also took early tires on lap 34 alongside Clifton Simmons, and I believe that was Todd Schott. Oh, and 32 hooks him and sends him into the wall, and that flips the 81. Oh my goodness. Well, here goes your late race caution. A couple of these drivers are going to be sitting pretty after that one. That was intense. What just happened there? Let's see if we can take a look at Sean Johnson and go slow motion here into turn 3 and 4. It looks like Sean Johnson just holds him a little bit tight, and the 44 washes up a little bit. And that was just a recipe for disaster. And the 44 car is going to collect 81. 81 is going to go spinning into the air. The 84 car of Abraham Kalufa is going to take evasive action, head into the apron there. The 78 car is going to grab the wall, trying to avoid 44, and the 20 car as well is heading up, and now 78 and the 20 are just gonna manage to avoid each other. For this restart, Sam Stoner in that 65 car getting a wave around. Very interesting to see here. Nick Serif out there as well. He's showing us 26 laps down. I think he had an early incident there. Unfortunate incident. Looks like you were on the outside of the 44 car. What do you think happened there?
Well, Jacob said that he entered about a half lane up, and I expected him to be on the bottom. I mean, I expected him to be on the bottom. I didn't realize he was going to be so far up. And I really I did not want that to end up that way, but
yeah, unfortunate incident to see. You know, from up here, it looked like 44 kind of came up a little bit, and there was a little bit of net code in between as well, and that kind of shifted your car down a little bit as well. I'm not quite sure where you turned in, but yeah, unfortunate incident. You don't want to see cars hooking each other like that, but looks like you were able to take your pit stop and you're back out on the track. So with that, I will throw you back up in the booth. Thanks for chatting with us, and good luck to you, sir, for the rest of the race. 5 laps to go here on this restart. And that was Sean Johnson, and a big thanks to him for being the title sponsor of the race as well. is gonna head back into the field. Looks like he's getting a wave around. Or, nope, not quite. Just getting his spot back. We are gonna cross the line for 4 laps to go. Pace car lights on the pace car are gonna go out. We're gonna be we've got a 3-lap shootout here to finish the Moon Pie Run 100, barring any more cautions. Wow, some crazy competitors up in the top spots. We've got Tyler Barnett and Blake Hoppy, P1 and 2. Todd Schott and Clifton Simmons up 11 and 14 spots, respectively. Incredible stuff. So 3 and 4, that second row is going to be pretty crazy. Let's take a look at that. Green flag is going to come out. Tyler Barnett's going to get an awesome launch, but Blake Hoppy just got eaten up by the 0-0 of Todd Schott on that inside line. The whole field is scrambled around. Michael Boyles taking that second spot from Todd Schott. The 0-0 is going to get pushed into that second groove a little bit too high. Blake Hoppy's going to dive to the bottom for turn 3 and 4. Johnny Rapp in that 52 machine settling in just at the end there. Clifton Simmons in that 38 machine looking for some clean air as well. He's up 10 spots, hanging out in P10 right now. Tyler Barnett, your race leader, he has been controlling this race the whole way through. Takes the white flag for the final lap. About 5 or 6 car lengths to the 0.5 of Michael Boyles. Michael Boyles sets the fastest lap of the race. That time around with a 22.58, Blake Hoppy matches it, and he's going to send it into turn 3 and 4, but it's not going to be enough, and Tyler Barnett in that 13 machine is going to take the win of the Moon Pie Run 100 for round 6 of the Backmarkers ReScreened LLC Regional Late Model Tour. What an awesome show. Wow. Tire strategy is playing out. Chaos. Oh, man. What a race. What a strong showing from Tyler Barnett. And Michael Boyles able to hang out to lap 93 before he took his fresh tires and stole that second spot away from Blake Hoppy. Awesome stuff. We're going to see Tyler do some line up there for the race winning shot. Let's see if let's have a chat with your race winner, Tyler Barnett. It's Jay in the booth. You got me?
This I do.
What a race.
To get tires. And then after that we were like, all right, I guess we just have to hope and pray that the race goes long and goes the rest of the way green. So we're just chugging along, doing laps. I was trying to be patient getting through the field and just banking on no cautions. So about 10 to go it happened, and we were literally just talking about it. I think the words just left Blake's mouth. He was like, and ready for that untimely caution. It's going to be just our luck. And then the caution flew, and I heard slow car up high. And he said, yep, there it is. There's our luck right there. So this track has been really, really good to me on strategy. I was able to beat Logan in an ARCA race here with another league, but that was a while ago, and I was on like 60 lap old tires, and I was just barely able to hold on. Thankfully, because Logan was very nice and didn't move me, first of all. So if you're watching Logan, shout out to you. You and I both know how clean we race each other, but yeah, I mean, we got lucky on the strategy call this time. Typically, that's not how it goes, obviously. Last week at USA, we got screwed on the strategy and just kind of stuck behind people, but no, this strategy worked out really well, and I'm so thankful. Pray to God that we got this one, boys, and finally. It feels like forever since I've been in victory lane, just because, I mean, same with Blake, too. I mean, same with Blake. It's just because we worked so hard for this. We worked so hard for this, and it's a great league. I mean, it makes it competitive. The competitiveness makes it fun, and yeah,
Absolutely, yeah. I love all of the Backmarkers leagues that I'm a part of. The Late Model Monday League, the ARCA League on Tuesdays, and the Truck Series on Thursdays, and don't forget the Dirt Series on Wednesdays too. So much fun, competitive racing, and yeah, you and Blake really look like you are putting your heart and soul.
Because we both push each other. It's like, once again, if Logan and I are racing against each other, we're good friends, and we obviously want to beat each other because we have that competitive spirit between us. And I mean, we all love racing, and yeah, so we like to push each other. And what is
Yeah.
it? Rising
And-
tides raise all ships. And
Oh
I think
yeah.
I did that for Blake, and then now Blake's turning it around and doing it on me. I have to keep up with the tire master there, but otherwise,
And I tell you
mean,
what, you two pushing each other, that raises the field, the level of the level of competitiveness in the entire league. You guys really push everybody in the whole field, and yeah, I think the more wins you take, and you and Blake take, the more you're gonna fuel the drive for the rest of the field as well. So yeah.
Oh, 100%, 100%. I love seeing everybody get better. Like, shout out to Robert. He ran great all day. Johnny obviously ran great after last week's win. Michael Boyles showing up, doing well, obviously. He's a great driver too, that kid. And
Absolutely.
I mean, everybody in the league has definitely gotten better. So I know I'm taking up a lot of time in the interview. So sorry about that. I know you got to get
man.
the podium in.
Race
but-
winner gets whatever he wants, dude. That was an awesome show that you put on that whole show for us. So you get free reign for a little while.
All right, I'll take that. So real quick then, just because I don't want to hold up any more time. So I want to thank all my sponsors of Evil Empire SimSport. I mean, thank you to Blake as well. B23 Designs, the new design, and everything should be up on Backmarkers Racing, and we should be able to post it sometime soon. He does great paint schemes, obviously. He did this one, Gymshark. I love Gymshark because I'm a gym rat and I'm a gym nerd at the same time. So after that, I want to thank, like I said, all of Evil Empire. I know everybody's watching. I know Tyler the Talent's watching. He's up in that war room right now. He was making that strategy call for us. Not really, but he definitely was. We're going to take a couple shots with him later. And thank you to all the supporting sponsors such as Raise Energy, Martin Sports as well. They have been a big sponsor for me as well. And yeah, there we go. And thank you to Moon Pie for sponsoring this one.
Yeah,
I love Richmond.
Absolutely. We love Richmond. Yeah, good stuff. Awesome stuff, Tyler. Congrats on the win. I will throw you back in the general chat, and let's have a quick chat with Michael Boyles, P2. Awesome job, dude. That was a late pit stop call. How did you last that long? 93 laps on the same set of tires. How'd you do it?
Well, at first, I was like, you know what, like last week, who was it? Johnny? He stayed 100 laps, and I think Samuel did too. I was like, honestly, I'm going to try and do that this week. So the first part of the race, I tried to save, and then the caution came out, and I saw that Tyler pit.
Right.
He was like, man, the tire wear is insane. So I was like, so I knew I had to wait for a caution. I'm not just going to pit on green flags. But thank the Lord we held out to the caution, and we made it through. So yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that was a
good battles.
great call. Some insane tire saving. You really got that caution at the perfect time to work out. But
yeah, thank the Lord. And like, oh crap. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, walk me through that battle with Blake Hoppy in the last after the last restart. That was super intense.
Oh yeah. So I took 2 tires instead of 4 because I was like,
okay.
There's gonna be some people that were gonna take 2 tires.
Interesting.
That's what I was thinking. No one else did though. I was the only one that did. So on the restart, I was running my quickest lap times, but my car would not turn at all. It was not turning. But I know the track was getting cooler and all that. But it was out. Like honestly, I wasn't even really paying attention to Blake. That sounds bad, but I was like tunnel vision on Tyler.
Sure.
And also just trying to turn the car. But it was a good battle, and like I think that whole race was just clean racing, and it was fun to watch. I might have hit somebody going into turn 1 at the beginning. I was like, I got to take this 3 wide, try and get up there. But yeah, I tried my best. But
well, it worked out. No harm, no foul. Awesome job getting that P2. Is there anybody you want to shout out?
Hey, first off, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and also my parents. I couldn't do this without them. They gave me all this stuff, and I'm blessed to have them. Also, Impact brand. My brother's making a clothing brand to try and help us go racing in the real life world. So, and all that good stuff. And yeah. And also Impact Racing, Jackson, Abraham for sticking out there with me too. And all those good people.
Awesome stuff. Congrats on the P2. I will throw you back in the general chat. Let's see. It looks like Blake Hoppy is no longer in the chat with us. Well, we will give him his congratulations on his solid P3. Who can we talk to? Let's see. Sam Stoner. Mr. Sam Stoner. It's Jay Bast up in the booth. You got me, bud?
Howdy, man.
Wow, what a run. That was wild. Came home P9. You know, the pit strategy didn't really work out too well in the end. I think you were one of the green flag pit runners. Am I right in that?
Yes, I was. I was basically just banking on some people getting meatballs for their right front because our guy Sean Johnson and Robert got meatballs for their right front.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I figured if it timed out before the end of the just before the end of the race, they might get. Then I'd probably get past them.
All right. Yeah. Well, you were running so well in the top 3 at some points as well, fighting super hard with the likes of Jacob Sadowski and Johnny Rapp and Blake Hoppy as well. Everybody doing a little bit of scrapping. Walk us through that that decision to pit at the end there. That I believe that was lap 77 for you. So, how? So you're waiting for everybody else to get meatballs. How are your tires feeling at the time, and how did that work at the end of the race as well?
Well, my spotter gave me a message I've never heard before, which is you're using up, or you got limited rubber left, or something to that effect, and. Yeah, so I basically just figured either they'd get meatballs or they'd have to green flag pit because it looked like this race was just a single file, march around the track.
Yeah. Well, you put on some good moves there. You were doing a good job of doing that turn 3 slide job on the entry there. You got a couple passes that way. That was fun to watch. But yeah, I will say congratulations on that P9. That was a solid run. Is there anybody you want to shout out real quick before we head out here?
I got my people watching, my Uncle Lloyd, my grandpa. Love you guys. And we'll see how I do next week. Maybe I can put her up front a little bit more.
All right, sounds good. Shout out to the Stoner clan. I will throw you back in general. Thanks for chatting with me. And with that, I will come to a close. Let's take a look at the schedule real quick and double check. Unfortunately, next week is an off week. Oh, that's a shame. No late model fun on Monday night for next week. But come back on the 15th. That's May 15th for 125 laps of Hickory. That's going to be the Team 53 Midsummer Throwback Race. So we will see all our drivers clad in their throwback schemes and their favorite 80s schemes. So that should be super fun to watch. Come back same time on the 15th for that one. And again, we want to thank all of our sponsors, Team 53 and ReScreened LLC, as well as Sean Moonpie Johnson for sponsoring this race. And with that, I bid you adieu. Thanks everybody for watching, and